little bit later. I'm not sure exactly. But I said to him, Dad, your house cost you £20,000, euros. And now I want to buy a house and they're 100,000. How come houses are 100,000 now and you only have to pay 20,000 for it? And like when you actually analyze that question, in theory, using common sense rationale, okay, which is I think what's missing from our world.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't talking common sense anymore.
Houses should be 30 years later, they should be 10 grand to build a house because the technology is better. Okay, we have machinery to do it faster. All right, everything is innovated and became better faster, yet it costs 5 times more. And that was years ago. Now a house, that same house, is 500,000. So my dad paid 20, but if a kid wants to buy a house today in their 30s, they need 500,000. How did we get there? What happened? We used a money printer. That's the only thing that got us there is we used the money printer, and under the illusion of inflation is good. That was a narrative that's peddled and still peddled, that inflation is good. Inflation is necessary to get people to spend their money. And I'd again use common sense rationale and go, no, inflation's not good. Because if you break that down, you're saying the threat of stealing someone's money if they don't spend it makes them spend their money. And they're like, well, yes, of course it does. If someone's going to rob my money unless I spend it, I'm probably going to spend it. But does the economy need that? What that creates is the world we see today, a consumer economy of people who are obsessed with, you know, the next shiny object, instant gratification, not providing for their future. It's look around at the health of our nation, of our world, you know, of the Western world. Everyone is obsessed in it. No, well, I'll just eat the cake. Why should I be healthy for the future? You know, it's all this short-term thinking. And it's all came about, in my opinion, just from fiat money and this whole narrative of getting humans, instead of thinking of your future, you want to focus on the now. I want it now instead of, no, I'll provide for my future, I'll save. Like, we can't save anymore. As I said to you, the most important thing that humans need is food, shelter, and an ability to store value. That means to save for our future. There's no ability to save right now unless you become a sophisticated investor. So you have to be a dentist and a sophisticated investor just to keep your money, or you have to be whatever your profession is, a doctor and a sophisticated investor, a metal fabricator and a sophisticated investor, because you can't just go and do your trade and put your money in the bank and expect it's going to be there. Okay? Yeah. 100 years ago, you could go do your work, whatever your work was. You got your gold coin, you kept it safe, and you knew that was going to be there. In 20 years, that'll still buy me the same stuff. Okay? But today, you can't do that. You do your work today and you put it in the bank for 10 years. At the current inflation levels, you lose half your wealth in 9 years.
Yeah.
Your time is being diluted, and your time is the most precious, important thing we have. It's finite. Time and Bitcoin are the only two things on this planet that are actually finite. And that's why it's a huge problem. The fact that humans don't have an ability to save anymore. And Bitcoin is a solution to that because, as I said, we have 3 needs.